Welcome to Premuim AI News Intelligence delivered daily. Everjoy News synthesizes news from RSS feeds, Reddit, YouTube, and TikTok into data-driven briefings that outperform slow automations. So I'm going to take you through this highly powered news aggregator as well as researcher. I was working on this before the hackathon, and I really thought, well, do I really want to kind of dive into automations when vibe coding does such a great job already? And so I decided to just keep going with what I was created and add on to it. And I also added a voice agent, which works marvelously, and it just is so helpful in creating hard news. Now, this is hard news articles from BBC, the top sort of news articles that are out there, as well as the top channels, and just looking at the credibility of some of those channels and using what they have to say in this newsletter that is condensed within an email. So basically, this is the landing page, and it shows you why this particular platform stands out, and just how everything's put together is really well thought through. And it sort of has like all of the automation behind the scenes within the vibe-coded product. So that's what makes it quite great, is because it has the interface that people are used to, and then you can just go in and set your preferences. So for instance, I'd like my news to be developed because I wake up around about 6 o'clock, and then I go to the gym, come back, and then I start my day, and then that's when I want to kind of look at the news and what's happening for the day. And so I set it for 7 o'clock. It's also when my content sort of rolls out at 7 a.m. And basically you can set your preferences according to your time zone. And then there's also the blog drafts. So this is where it gets interesting. You can set your basically your blog drafts or your different things that you put together using the information that you get from the news aggregator. So what that means is that the AI goes in and scours the internet for the top news broadcasts, the most relevant, and I kind of gave it a hierarchy. So I gave it sort of like the hierarchy of video news, because I'm very into video and that's kind of my niche, and then looking at image generation, and then voice agents and everything else afterwards. And then also just the latest news. So basically all of the latest updates in ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, all the biggest LLMs, as well as just news in general that relates to business. I've put that in. So you're able to see what AI has done to collate all of the newsletters and then create unique blog drafts for each of the articles. It's quite incredible. It's also done neat little images for each of them, and that creates that design consistency as well when looking at it. And you can mark it as posted if you actually like the little Instagram teaser to go with that, and then the full, because I post mine on Instagram, just a little teaser, and then it takes you to the full blog post in the bio. So I then can copy the full blog by hitting copy, or I can have a look at it properly. I always like to read my blogs before I post it. I don't just blindly post any content out there without kind of scanning through it, because I don't completely trust AI off the bat. I need to make sure that it's above the ground, above board, and it makes sense and it's not hallucinating. So that's kind of what I've been working on with this, and I think I can still work more on it to refine it, but I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far, because this is going to cut down a lot of my work, because I individually research a lot of the content, and then I individually post and create each of the images, and it's just so time consuming, and this is going to make it much more easier. All I need to do is just automate it to post it automatically onto Instagram, and figure out how to do the Substack, or I'll just read through it and then copy paste it into Substack. So that's what I've been working on, and I'm really happy with the outcome. So basically that's the simple interface. I made it really simple. You get to go straight to the voice agent if you want to, and if there's something in particular that you want to know more about, you can just ask it.
For anyone looking to build automations without writing a single line of code, there are several fantastic no-code tools at your disposal. Zapier is arguably the most well-known and versatile, connecting thousands of apps to automate workflows between them. Think of it as a central hub where you can set up zaps, triggers and actions, to, for example, save email attachments to Dropbox or add new form submissions to a spreadsheet.
So you get the gist of that. Basically, you can ask it for any information it'll tell you, and that can be emailed or it can be made into a PDF for your later reference. And now I can go in and show you how I can test sending an email. So just for the sake of this exercise, you can hit send email there, and then it takes you to... So as you can see, this is the top story. Ofcom investigates BTN3 for failing to connect 999 calls. And you can see it has little images next to it, which makes it more engaging. And then it has the Everjoy AI news takeaway, which sort of summarizes all of the different articles that comes up. And then at the end you have a video content ideas, short form hook, long form title, and focus keyword, which you can then use to create different YouTube videos. You can also go in and look, because if you go into each of these links, it takes you to the original source. And I vetted what where it gets its information from, so it'll be always credible kind of platforms and articles, YouTube videos, and blogs. So that's basically it. You can have a look of other ideas as well and let me know, because I am still iterating it until I get it exactly how I want it. But this is what it's doing so far.